कीबोर्ड कोच करना
ये अंदर से थोड़ा ऊपर करो आ जाए।
अच्छा अरे अंदर से नहीं कैसे इसको कैसे सीधा किया था?
हाँ लेफ्ट साइड करो उसको थोड़ा लेफ्ट साइड। बस हो गया ना?
हो गया।
वो थोड़ा आपको ये वो करो।
ये दोनों चालू आ गए थे? अच्छा दोनों पे लिया?
दोनों पे कर दिया ना हमने।
ओके।
ready?
Yeah.
Almost 50% here we ready. That's right. Thank you. What happened? Ready? Come on. Go ahead. So I got 3 here.
Just make a check on that. You have a list of all the people, right?
Yeah.
So check that.
आप थोड़ा सेंटर में ताकि
Okay.
We're waiting for
ఆయన పాపం 3 hours నుంచి ఉన్నారు ప్రింటర్ దగ్గర Srini to make a poster size
right.
but the word sizes are too small, so I mean you can make the bigger but the words అది ఆయన font you can print చేసి 3 hours and
small things,
Hi, I'm here with a few members of our core committee.
ఈ 25th దీన్ని కన్ఫిడెంట్గా
All right.
Hi, I'm here with some members of the core committee. Would you mind introducing yourself?
I'm Shravan Erra. I'm one of the overall technical coordinators for the contest.
I'm Vijay Venkata, overall technical coordinator.
Awesome. So, what does your role entail?
All right, so the role of the technical coordinator is to make sure that we conduct the contest, right? So to conduct the contest, you need to have students, the contest material, and also the judges, and a team of judges to conduct these contests. So as you're all familiar, there are different regional centers where students participate in the regional competitions. So based on their performance in these competitions, for each of the contests there is a cutoff score, and then we determine what that cutoff score is, so then students qualify to come in for the finals. So once we know the numbers, then the team gets into high gear with respect to making sure we have the contest material, and also we put a team together. I'll let Shravan talk through the contest material.
So once we have the question papers and the grading materials and all that, we need to make sure that we print and get the material ready. And it's not just about the question papers, but also the instructions for judges and instructions for pronouncers and various different things. And each of the contests has its own requirements, and making sure that we print them all and pack them in a way that it's easily distributable at the contest time, so that there is no loss of time during the contest, and everything goes smoothly. We have to put a lot of effort trying to get it all organized, and that's been a big task. And I think we are prepared. We are ready to go.
That's perfect. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with us.
Sure. Thank you.
So I'm here with one of the core team members. Would you please like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Sonali Tai.
Okay. And what is your primary role in NSF?
Besides working for Shell Trading full-time, I do my second job free of charge for the NSF organization. I actually lead the food team.
Okay. And how many years have you been volunteering with NSF?
Oh, NSF, I've just been introduced to NSF, so you can still see the bubbling excitement in me, and I hope it increases every year. This is my first year volunteering for NSF.
So what kind of challenges have you faced while volunteering here?
So I lead the food team, so I am responsible for delivering, supplying quality food for all the NSF participants, invitees, guests, volunteers, the core team. We are going to be supplying food on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So those are my core activities for this weekend.
Okay. And what do you like most about volunteering with NSF?
I think the team that I've joined, I just enjoy working with the professionals who have come forward to put such a big event together. I think this is going to be the best NSF in the best organized NSF finals in the history of NSF. Because I think we are setting the bar with a lot of new things in food, in the books, in the kind of technical expertise we brought into the organization team. So I've learned a lot from a lot of people who have been volunteering for the organization for many, many years. So I'm just a new person. You think you've learned so much and you keep learning every day.
So do you plan to continue on volunteering?
Food. So it's the biggest test for me. I hope people like the food. The food is delivered on time. And if they recruit me again, sure, I'll volunteer again next year.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Enjoy the food.
It's okay. It's all right.
थोड़ी इस तरफ से कर लो आप रिफ्लेक्ट नहीं हो रहा है ఎందుకంటే ఇవి ఇవి ఈ లైట్ ఇక్కడ పెట్టి రిఫ్లెక్ట్ అయిపోతుంది
పోనీ అక్కడ లాబీ తీసుకెళ్ళేస్తే యు వాంట్ దేర్ బ్రో దెన్ యు డోంట్ సీ
మూవ్ ఇట్ ఆల్ ది వే డౌన్
యా ఆర్ మూవ్ దేర్
ఇక్కడ పెడతాం ఎందుకంటే లైటింగ్ కూడా మనకి లైటింగ్ కావాలి కానీ ఎక్కువ అయిపోయింది ఇక్కడ పెడతాం ఏ చాలు సార్ ఓకే యా I want to just
you still have glare.
Yeah. Wall పెట్టేసుకోవచ్చు దాంట్లో.
जाएगा कोई बात नहीं
एक्स्ट्रा ये ऑरेंज
नहीं ये आ जाएगा मैं बता रहा हूँ तो
I think if you put it here
వస్తుందా
Are we in the shot? Are we really? We have to move again?
you need extension card I can get you no it's okay I will right now this
कहाँ पे रखना है इसको
यहाँ पे front
तो यहीं पे छोड़ लेता ना फोन कर लो
इसके बिल्कुल सेंटर में लाना है साउथ के सेंटर
सही है
राइट
माइक इतना दूर जाएगा वो देख लो माइक नहीं जाएगा हाँ तो इसको वहीं पे छोड़
ठीक है
कोई बात
अरे
सही है आप ऑल सेट है हाँ लाइटिंग कम है
लाइटिंग तो बहुत ही
సరే ఇంత సెటప్ చిన్నదానికి మనం రేపు పరిగెత్తాలంటే అంత కష్టం Google NSF question and answers.
Why don't we go together? Take it. Aye, आपका ready? Okay, Saiti. Come on. I don't want to contradict somebody else. How many inside? 1250 is good. Okay. Go ahead, guys. Okay.
Who's the next?
To face you or face the camera?
Either one. Both. Oh, face me.
And then first each other, and then when you're talking, you can face the camera.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then when he talks, this is good.
So I'm here with a core member of the team. Can you please introduce yourself?
Yes, my name is Krishna Kumar Balasubramanian.
Can you tell us what your role is in NSF?
Yeah, I'm the hospitality lead for the 2017 NSF finals.
Okay, so what is it that you do exactly?
Yeah, the job of the hospitality lead is first to negotiate with the hotels that are in the neighboring area, because we're having a lot of parents come in and children coming in for the competition, and so we need to make sure that there's sufficient rooms available, and so we negotiate with all the hotels and try to get a good rate for the parents, and also with the airlines and the rental car companies. And then once that is done, then the job of the hospitality team is to coordinate with the technical team and the national team to make sure that all the national invitees who are coming in, all the experts who are coming in from all over the United States are given proper accommodation in the right places, and we coordinate their pickup from the airport, and that's the role that they have. Yeah.
Okay, so what would you say are some of the challenges that you faced this year?
I think the biggest challenge mainly was because of the summer, trying to talk to the hotels and try to get a good deal, because many times there are some events always happening, particularly over the weekends. And but then we were lucky enough to find quite a few hotels who were ready to give us those rates. And that was one of the major challenges. Other than that, I think the rest of them were pretty much smooth.
Okay. So what do you enjoy most about working with NSF?
I think most I would say is the volunteering part. I had a child who was in NSF. He was participating as a competitor, and now he's out of that. And I thought it's my turn, and I should also give back to the community, and that's why I got myself involved in this. And I think it was a very enjoyable experience. That's what I have. and I think I'm sure I'm going to be continuing doing something like this with them.
So how many years have you been volunteering for NSF?
Well, actually, this is my major first time I'm been volunteering as for a national level, and I'm sure I'm going to be volunteering with the regional for a long time. So.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, sure.
Hi, I'm here with. Oh, sorry.
You know my name?
Neetha Chada?
You know who I am?
No.
I'm
Ask you.
going to ask.
Hi, I'm here with the core committee member. Do you mind introducing yourself to us?
Sure. My name is Neetha Chada, and I'm the co-convener for the event.
So, what's your role with NSF?
So basically, everything, I should say. There's no particular area that I'm focused in, starting from bringing in volunteers to planning for stage management and, food committee. We're pretty much involved in everything. And I specifically did one task that's, put more time in that is volunteer coordination. So bringing in, because this event requires tremendous amount of volunteers. So that's one of my main areas.
How long have you been working with NSF?
I have been volunteering for NSF for past maybe 7-8 years or so. So I've been to a lot of nationals too, but primarily I'm also one of the regional members, regional volunteers here. So I've been volunteering for the last 7 years or so.
So you said that coordinating volunteers is one of the main focuses of your role. So what challenges have you experienced within that sort of job?
So this organization, the difference between the other organization, this one is we need a lot of volunteers. Just for grading itself, we might need like 75 volunteers each day. And for technical coordination, we need about 100 plus volunteers. So for the whole event, it's somewhere close to 400 plus volunteers is what we need. So we had to plan it from like almost 1 year. We have been planning. We approached all the organizations, various organizations, talked to them, requested them. So we got a very good support, from all the organizations. So that's how we could procure so many volunteers basically. So that's actually the biggest challenge. And a lot of people, they don't know their plans ahead of time. So for them to commit so ahead of time, it's very difficult. So that was the biggest challenge, but we could get, we were able to actually get 400 plus volunteers. Yeah.
So how did you actually come across NSF initially?
You know what? My son was a participant in Science B, Math B and all that when he was in elementary school. That's how I came to know about NSF. So once I, started going to the events and all that and I got to know their mission, I kind of liked what they're doing. Then I thought I have to start volunteering and do my contribution to the organization too. So that's how I started. So one thing is it's very useful for our kids here, but I liked the other aspect where they provide all these scholarships in India for underprivileged kids. I loved that concept. So that actually was the main reason why I spend so much time and doing this. So.
All right. So on to fun questions. What do you enjoy the most? Just being around the community.
You mean in NSF right now? Oh, when I see all the little kids walking in, that's so cute. I mean, you see like kindergartners too sometimes come in, and first graders, second graders, they all come in, they do all these contests and come back, and it's fun to watch them. I enjoy actually, especially in regionals. We are more close to them, working with them and all that. That's a lot of fun to watch them. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Separate batches. And then we'll compare.
And then next week next week. Yeah. Bring Ganesh.
It keeps flipping. Oh, that's okay.
You're
Sahiti, yes.
Kamakshi.
So I'm here with a core committee member. Would you mind introducing yourself?
Sure. I'm Pallavi Chilapagari. I've been volunteering for the past 5 years with NSF.
And what is your primary role in NSF?
I'm the grading coordinator, one of the grading coordinators. So I'm responsible for overseeing the whole grading process.
So what kind of challenges have you come across?
I think it's the number of question papers that we have to deal with during regionals or during the finals, and I'm sure it's going to be a much bigger volume this time, and the timelines that we have to stick to, and also to be fair to all the students and make sure that we do the grading in an accurate way for all of them.
So what do you enjoy most about working with NSF?
Food. We have really amazing food. We just want to know that all volunteers are taken care of very well, and now NSF is almost like a family because we've been doing this for such a long time, so that's the best part.
So do you plan on continuing to volunteer?
Yes, I'll be there. We're trying to pull in some of our friends to join as well, so you'll see more of us.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello.
Yeah, just stay with us. Come. FTV పక్కన నేను రండి సుధా. Hey, come man, come. Okay.
Okay.
So can you scoot over a little bit?
Yeah, let's scoot over.
Okay.
Yeah, good. That's fine. Okay.
Hi, I'm here with a couple of core committee members, so I just wanted you guys to introduce yourself to us.
Yeah, hi. My name is Srinivas Kara, also known as Vasu Kara, and I'm the chair for the audiovisual core team, and I have my team over here, Sudhakar. Sudhakar is the videographer, and Rajesh is here from Yep TV, and we also have here Aditya. He is also from here from Yep TV. So our team is basically responsible for all of the audio and video. I'm sure you're seeing the video here. So this is all these people here. That's what we are doing here.
So, what do you guys face in terms of your specific roles? So, what are your specific jobs towards the audiovisual team?
Yeah, great question. So what we basically are doing is we ensure that the event is covered with the video, and we are also doing the live streaming. As you can see, this is being live streamed now, and we would be covering almost like 3 days full of events, about 18 different events in 4 different locations, and we would be covering all of them. And at the same time, my team is also responsible for any audio requirements where in some rooms there are no PA, public address systems. So I'm also responsible for bringing those public address systems and making sure that the contestants have the equipment there. That's a specific role of the audiovisual team.
Do you guys have anything you'd like to add? No? Okay. So in terms of those roles, what are the biggest challenges you face as a team?
Yeah, great question. I think all of us, I think we have spent probably a few hours of our time on the phone because some of the devices which you are seeing from Yep TV, they're kind of just hot off the press. So we are the ones who are actually tried it, and then thanks to Rajesh and Aditya, they're actually, we spent a lot of time basically trying to figure it out how we can do it in multiple locations with multiple devices. And the biggest challenge I would say is the scheduling. We have almost like 18 events that are happening that we need to make sure that we cover all of them to the extent possible. So that was the biggest challenge I would say, that we need to kind of come up with a schedule that works, that we can cover every event and make sure that these people can move all of those things. I mean, as you can see the camera, we can focus on the camera, but they have to move all these things in 4 different locations. Coming up with that schedule is the biggest challenge. Sudhakar, you want to say something about?
So one thing we'd like to say is I'm Sudhakar. I'm actually the one taking care of the photography and the videography stuff with the core team of like other 5 people. And one thing I would say that these guys on the core team did a wonderful job, and my role is only a small piece, and we spend so much time just to figure out those small pieces, but I wonder like how much so how many hours they actually put in just to come up with all these the big schedules and the programs. I really appreciate and for their hard work. And the second thing is Srinivas Garu. I mean, he did a wonderful job and figuring out where, when, and how all those devices connect, and working with me and the FTV guys. That's one of the responsibilities he took, and he actually helped us achieve those goals, I think. So probably you guys will see today and tomorrow and day after tomorrow with all our hard work is gonna pay off, I think. Okay, that's all.
Yeah. You want to say just a couple of words? Go ahead.
Just watch.
Yep TV?
Yeah. Just watch Yep TV anytime, anywhere. And you can watch the entire live event on Yep TV platform in NSF channel. Hope you will enjoy it.
Thank you.
So how did you guys initially come across NSF, and how long have you guys been working here?
I've been an NSF volunteer for about 5 years, I guess, and I came to know about NSF through Sai Garu. And at that time, I used to have some DJ gig, and I had some music equipment. So I started volunteering by putting those audio for Sai Garu, and that's how I came. And my kids are also big volunteers rather than participation. So it's been about 4 or 5 years now for us with NSF, and I really love the experience. I mean, it's just great.
Do you guys want to add anything? No?
I'm just a newbie.
Okay.
This is like your family. This is not a foundation. Yeah. This is like your family.
So how have you seen NSF grow? And how have you seen the connections prosper, like you said?
I would say I've seen NSF growing tremendously in the last 3-4 years at least. I mean, every year we see there's so much more passion, there is so much more commitment, and you can actually see the commitment of all of the volunteers that come, including our partners and everybody. And I think that's a great thing. I mean, it's just been growing year over year. I only wish as we grow even more, do things even a much more larger scale, and then bring in more people. Because the underlying thing here is there is a mission for NSF, right? I mean, supporting the needy. I think that's a noble goal, and I think we are all doing our small part compared to what Sai and other people do. I kind of think I'm just doing a very small thing, but I think it's come a long way, and I'm sure we'll be hearing from the founders like Dr. Chitiri and others. But it's gone really well, and I only wish it grows even more.
So, a couple more questions, and then I promise it's over. How have you feel like you've impacted NSF and vice versa? How do you feel like you've been impacted by the organization?
I would say it this way. I think from a personal impact perspective, I have actually seen that it's kind of an unwinding for me, because I'm kind of, I mean, everybody's job is a stressful thing, but I kind of look for NSF event as a family get-together for 2 days. It's an outing, you kind of network, you don't have to worry about anything, and it's kind of really charges me well. When I go back into my work, I feel I'm kind of recharged and unwinded. So that's how it impacted me. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks a lot.
You started.
It's being recorded.
Yeah.
Live.
It's
So
live.
I think
Is it 2015, you said?
Yeah, 2015.
Convener,
Convener
Nationals.
in Columbus, Ohio.
Yeah, so ask how long, where are you from, introduce, role, all that basic stuff, and then we can
We have
go
it as the
from there.
2015 Nationals.
Just introduce yourself. If you can't remember, he'll know.
So now we have with us the 2015 NSF competitions convener. The competition, I believe, took place in Columbus, Ohio. So please introduce yourself.
Hi, I am Srivital Chopra. I'm convener for 2015 National Finals that was held in Columbus, Ohio. So that was supposed to be a benchmark event for NSF Finals. That was considered the best organized event. So that's where I come from. I've been with NSF for it's almost 7+ years now, but I've been a chapter coordinator for Columbus. This is my 5th year with the chapter. So great to be associated with the NSF.
So what kind of roles and responsibilities did you have in the 2015 competitions?
I was the convener for the event, so the overall in charge for conducting that event. So we had the co-conveners and other members, other teams. We had about close to 20 teams working in different areas like technical, food, transport, whatnot, everything that's going on here. But as a convener, I'm responsible for everything that goes on.
How did you initially come across NSF, and what brought you to helping for the past 7 years with the organization?
Yeah, sure. Actually, that's a great question. In fact, I was introduced by the previous chapter coordinator in Columbus. His name is Bhaskar. So I came across him in the school, in the middle school. where my daughter and his son go together. So if NSF volunteers has a kind of habit of introducing to NSF to whomever they come across, because NSF is such a great organization working. It comes with two twin objectives, as we know. One way we promote excellence in US through all the education by conducting the contest and coaching everything. But the bigger part is that is linked to India, where all the funds raised is used for giving scholarships to needy, well-deserved kids in India to pursue their college education for professional courses like engineering, medicine, and other professional courses. So NSF is linked very well with these two objectives. That's why I'm always fond of education and anything connected with education. I want to be involved. This was a great opportunity for me to be associated with. So that's how everything started. So I initially started helping the local chapter to coordinate with the spelling subjects. Later we started with what we call the prep club, which is in-class coaching classes. Actually that happens only in Columbus. So I was looking after the spelling team, spelling classes as well. So later on, when Mr. Basco left, I took over as I came as a chapter coordinator. So since that, been continuing chapter coordinator, but we got an opportunity to do the same finals that you guys are doing here now in 2015. So that's how things started and going.
So what were some of the challenges that you faced while putting together these competitions?
Oh, actually, hosting national finals is very challenging. Just to give numbers, in 2015, we have more than 1,200 kids from 85 cities coming with their parents. This is a complete two-day event, starting with the pre-registrations on Friday and culminating on Sunday evening. So you can imagine the magnitude and the complexity of so many, more than 2,000 to 3,000 every day, assembling in one place, organizing all the compartments, looking after the managing the contest, arranging the food arrangements, and taking care of the guests outside. The whole work starts almost 1 year before. So when we have so many, more than 20 teams working together, which have to work on 2 days, starting with maybe 5:30 or 6 a.m. in the morning, continuing all the way up to 9 or 10 the next in the night. So managing these volumes is very, very challenging, the coordination. So it goes with the planning is one, and finding the right teams, right number of volunteers, dedicated volunteers to help with, and coordinating and collaborating all these activities is a very big challenge. It's complex. So doing that successfully and conducting everything on time, because even if there is a delay in one contest, that will cascade to the rest of the subjects. Everything gets delayed. So that timing has to be meticulously planned and coordinated. So that goes back to picking the right teams and right people, right volunteers. So that way it's very, very challenging.
So I know you said that you met the previous convener in a middle school. Have you attended any NSF events as a parent before, and how have you seen the organization grow since then?
Actually, for the finals, before doing 2015, no, I didn't as a parent, but since we were doing 2015, hosting 2015 finals, I kind of went to 2014 finals as an observer, because the next year we're going to do. So it's very important to understand what goes in the event and try to learn, understand everything is done, and we got to do the next year. So it was from that context. But 2016, I went as a parent, so it was a big difference being from a convener. And I attended last year Tampa finals. So as a parent, so it's a totally different perspective. So luckily for me, it's a both perspectives as a convener or as an organizer, and also as a parent. I can clearly see how the events are organized, and I can really see the progress that we are making in organizing the finals. So that. Yeah, I may want to. I may just want to add one more thing, because in 2015 we have a current convener Sai Rajkunda and co-convener Neetaji. They were there. They were most as an observer, as a participant in that certain technical coordination, but they were also planning to do the finals this year. So it was also a moment for them to observe and learn, understand the whole process. So when I look at the finals this year, when I compare to 2015, I see a major improvement in many ways. Right from planning, this host team is kudos to the entire team. Right from convener, co-conveners, and all the chair team leads, and all the volunteers, student volunteers, everybody. So I clearly see a major improvement in terms of the process being followed with meticulous planning, and also the meticulous execution in almost all compartments. So since I have seen it, I could see the difference and the improvement. So that's why we definitely see that translated into the action now, starting today and next 2 days. I have no doubt it would be hugely successful, and everywhere would be very happy. And for you all, maybe it's a very satisfying moment for you, everyone who is involved as volunteers, as a media. We do have our media coordinators who work with them. So it would be a very fulfilling moment for everybody involved in this event. It's a very challenging event. So I wish all the best to everybody who is involved directly or indirectly for a successful completion of 2017 national finals. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm here with another core committee member, and so I'd like you to introduce yourself to us.
Hello, my name is Vera Kambala. I'm the NSF Finals Registration Chair.
So how long have you been working with NSF, and what exactly do you do?
Actually, I have been volunteering for NSF almost 7 to 8 years. So I did math workshops and volunteering at the regional level for all these years. And also I volunteered at Nationals in Dallas a couple of years ago. And this year I am volunteering as a core team member.
So, what is your greatest satisfaction working with NSF? What keeps bringing you back?
So mainly the NSF, actually the kids are being advantaged here by attending all these tests. At the same time, the money is going back to very poor kids in India. They're getting the scholarship. So that is the main driver for me to volunteer for NSF for all these years. So back home, we are really helping a lot of kids' education, and they're getting a lot of good careers out of the funding they're getting from NSF. That's what is really motivating me.
So, how did you initially come across NSF? And
actually, initially my kids have been participated in NSF. One of them in college, the other one is in high school. So, as a parent, I started associated with NSF. Then I really got motivated the good work they are doing, and I started volunteering from then.
So, how have you seen the organization change over the years, and how has this different perspective changed NSF as an organization in your eyes?
So, actually, every year there are lessons learned from the regional contests as well as the national contests. So, they have been improving, and also I did see the registrations have been increasing year by year, and also the money we are raising for NSF has been is increasing as well. Yeah.
So, in your time here, what have you seen as the biggest challenges the organization face, or that you face specifically within your commitment?
Okay, so this is our first day at the national event today, but actually the planning has been going almost like a year. So right now, so far the things have been moving quite smooth. I haven't really seen any big challenge as of today. But let's hope tomorrow and day after tomorrow also we'll have a smooth conducting these examinations. So, yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, as I said, actually, it is giving me an immense satisfaction to volunteer for NSF. Especially as we are helping the kids back home. So that's a very good thing for the kids participating here as well as the parents. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
సెషన్స్ ఉన్నాయి రోజు అవి దోస్ కరండి everything okay and still in there? Yeah, you can have your dinner. Hi, Midlace. Sai here. Sai. Yeah, Sai Rajput. Hello, how are you? Nice to see you. So, I mean, you met already Ganesh, right? I mean, I don't know Ganesh. No, you met him now. No. We'll talk about MTP tomorrow. I don't know, they didn't have the saris in the list. The saris. They're not here. Who was that? Where are they? They went to Beijing. I don't know. That's not exactly. So with moms? Three of them with child. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? So where's Kavya?
She's on her flight now. She's getting here in an hour. Hello.
Connection got delayed. We got too much missing. So इसमें क्या करना है? दबाने का बस रिकॉर्ड दबाने का है. Okay. Just रिकॉर्ड दबाना है और मैंने कुछ करना Tomorrow is a thing like selling. I know you won't forgive me for that. You need to blame some of those guys out there. We allotted one hour. People are there. We can do that. We have to get some. The national thing was like. It's a lot of different story. But worst case scenario, right? There's always that MTP is a part of it. go and have your dinner. And we wanted to walk the stuff as well. So yeah, make sure that your arrangements, everything. Yeah, they said it's not open, but anyway, tomorrow morning I'm fine. But for the third phase, I'll have time. Monitor the time. So when is the China week today? I think they have to be there. They have invited the Australian companies, and apparently they invited some gate written. China is making a lot of money otherwise, so they want to give it back to us. Oh yeah. Basically, they have schools, private schools. Hello. Good, how are you? So which room is that's the war room. That's the war room. Oh, Chitiri wants no control room. He doesn't want to call it war room. Okay, we'll be back. Okay, yes. Okay, you. Hey. Okay, come on. Let's do it. Ask him a lot of questions. It's my life. No, I don't have my right slide. So you want me to look at through the here or look?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
So I'm with another core volunteer member. Could you please introduce yourself?
My name is Ganesh Dasari. I'm the co-convener for this 2017 Houston National Finals.
So could you tell us a little bit about your responsibilities as co-convener?
So as a co-convener, responsibilities basically include to make sure that the whole thing runs safely, smoothly and on time. This year we made made a significant effort to make sure that everything runs smoothly and on time, and that requires a lot of significant planning, and we have been doing that for the last 1 year. My main responsibilities included overseeing to make sure the technical program runs smoothly, and also the venue, and then the rest of the pieces that's needed to make sure that the technical program runs smoothly.
So what are the challenges that you faced while organizing this event?
So the challenges, obviously this is a volunteer organization, and this for all of us, this is an additional task that we do besides our main job, and the main challenge has been to dedicate significant amount of time to do that, but we were able to do that. The second challenge is all about gathering the volunteers and making sure that the volunteers understand what their roles and responsibilities, and they come on time and perform the duties, and that required a lot more effort than we anticipated, but we managed to do that.
So how long have you been volunteering for NSF, regionally even?
I have participated in NSF for about 10 years, but most of the times, for the first 8 years, as a parent, my kids have gone through this NSF process, so they have gone through the spelling, math and vocabulary and other B's. So I have participated in NSF for 8 years as a parent, and the last 2 years now I'm volunteering. And yeah, so 1.5 years I volunteered at the regionals, now I'm into the nationals finals.
So what has been your motivation behind coming back every year and volunteering and kind of keeping your kids going through NSF as well?
Two main motivations to come back year after other. One thing is you get to meet a lot of wonderful kids. So these are really smart kids. I'm confident that they're going to change the world in some day, So really see bright people, and I like that, watching them perform and excel in whatever they choose to do. The second motivation is essentially at NSF, at its core, it's a charitable organization, and whatever the profit that we generate helps poor kids in India. So that's a topic which is very close to me. So that brings me back to the NSF year after another.
So, what would you say, in your opinion, is the best part about volunteering with NSF?
I would still go back to that. The best part is meeting and watching the kids perform to the extent that's really almost impossible, and watching them perform at that very young age, at very high level, I think that's really gratifying, and that helps me to keep coming back to here.
Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm ready.
Should I do it?
Yeah, if you want.
Whoever.
Hi, I'm here with another core committee member. So would you like to introduce us?
Hi, I'm Vinod Krishnan, and I am the coordinator and editor for the B-Book.
So how long have you been working with NSF?
As a parent, I've been working with NSF for about 3 years. My daughter has been taking part in the competitions, but this is the first year that I have been volunteering with NSF.
How did you actually hear about NSF originally?
Well, I actually heard about NSF I think about 12 years ago, when even before my daughter was born, somebody was telling me about NSF when I used to live in Indianapolis. And then when we came to Houston, we looked it up and we said, okay, we'll probably get involved with them at some point in time. And over the last couple of years, as my daughter got involved or got interested with some of those bee competitions, we kind of got involved with NSF.
Nice. So what actually motivated you to volunteer instead of just being a bystander?
See, I mean, look, NSF is a great organization. It does a lot of work on a voluntary basis, and all of it goes for good causes. Plus, it also gives the platform for the kids to do what they wanted to do and gain confidence and compete at various levels. So it's a win-win situation from both as a parent situation, and that we do a lot with NSF does a lot with both within the country and back home. So that was kind of what got me involved with NSF, and it's been a great experience from that perspective.
So given that your kids have participated as well as your first year volunteering, what has added to your perspective with this experience?
I think the greatest thing is NSF is an organization that is run by volunteers. So it's the perspective that people want to give back to the community and do the work that they can and help kids back in India, kids here, and do it because they love it. That's the most eye-opening thing. I mean, that's the most enjoyable thing that should bring people to NSF, and that's what I look forward to doing from a perspective of giving to the community years and years from now.
So as a parent and a volunteer, how have you seen growth within the organization or outside of?
Well, I think having been involved only for 2 years, I probably am not the right person to answer that. But at the same time, the fact that we are doing the nationals this time in Houston is, we have seen how the whole regional thing goes, regional competitions goes, and it's it's work that has gone in great enormity to get to the final. So I've seen that growth, and it's incredibly encouraging, and it's a great experience to be with these talented folks who do so much more than, have been doing it for years together. So that's the thing that I look forward for.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's see, Vasu. వీళ్ళిద్దరినీ చేయమనండి. So she has so energetic.
Because they're only taking it to here, we can have it like this, or can I look at when you are looking? Both of you go.
Here, you take it. Just ask easy questions.
Okay.
Don't
Not
ask
the
any
tough
questions
questions.
to me. Ask uncle. He'll take care of everything.
Auntie, we have questions for you.
No, no. I don't like to tell them.
Okay.
Uncle will tell my questions.
I think we should move that way a little bit. Okay. So we can just move over a little bit.
Which
To
one
the
is that?
side. Yeah.
You can't see this
It's okay.
picture,
That's okay.
right?
It's here.
Fine, NSF padte chale. That's all.
Okay.
Hi, so we're here with Mr. and Mrs. Chituri, the founders and presidents of NSF. So firstly, I'd like to ask you where you got the idea to start the foundation from.
It was back in 1989. It's a payback. I came to this country in 1965. I thought I should do something to help people in India. So we chose to give college scholarships, those who excel in academics but cannot pay the tuition fees and the expenses. We thought we would help such people. We started in 1989 we gave one scholarship in 1989, and every year after that we increased, and luckily for the last 28 years the foundation has been able to provide 20,000 scholarships, and that was the original idea.
So, having given out these scholarships, how has this impacted you?
I guess I always wanted to be useful to help others, And I found by doing this, you get satisfaction of helping people and remove money as a barrier to study and excel in academics. So in that sense, it's fulfilling. It's fulfilling endeavor. And then we moved on to contest in 1993 with a close friend of mine who came to me and said, can we do contest in the USA to help our own children here to learn, improve their skills in English so that in SAT, when they appear in high school, they get better scores, they can go to better schools and better careers in life. And that was the idea. We started with one contest, spelling bee, and Dr. Murali Gavini is the founder of the Bees at North-South Foundation. He spent the next 10 years of his life working day and night to grow the organization, grow the number of chapters, the number of contestants, and the foundation grew. And then in the last 12 years, we grew in terms of registrations. We grew exponentially, and now about 16,000 children participate in this contest among 92 chapters all over the country. And then we conduct a finals, taking the top scorers, about 10% of the 16,000 kids, and bring them for the finals. And that's what we are about to see for the next 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. And also the foundation has expanded from spelling bee to vocabulary, math, science, brain bee, geography, essay writing, public speaking, many contests. And the foundation is catering to children from 1st grade through 12th grade. So it's a platform, and it motivating the children and inspiring them to excel. Once they're motivated, and sky's the limit, and we see that, and it's an exciting opportunity for children, even for volunteers. It's exciting when you see so many children and parents, and with all the energy level. It's amazing to see that.
What challenges have you faced in founding the organization, or continue to see as it grows?
Can you repeat the question, please?
Oh, yeah. What challenges have you faced in founding the organization, and challenges you've seen with its growth?
There are many challenges. One challenge is to recruit volunteers. And also, that's one challenge. The other challenge is to open more chapters. The foundation has grown through word of mouth. The foundation doesn't have any budget, marketing budget, publicity budget, and it's all word of mouth. And one parent saying to another parent and say, we have contest here, their friends somewhere else, they don't have the opportunity. Then they open up. So opening up new chapters, find new leadership, that's a challenge. And also the quality of the contest, maintaining the quality of the contest, that's another challenge. So many challenges. These are few. We continue to have, even now. For example, we have run this organization for 28 years. The foundation is run by volunteers. It's all volunteers. Nobody gets paid, and not a single person. And can we run for the next 28 years? Can the organization run? It is the credit goes to the community. The community came together, found a common ground, a common platform to help children to excel in academics, and they have done an excellent job. Now to continue to do that for the next 28 years, can this be done? And that's a major challenge, which means continuity in leadership, succession plans, and making the organization professional, and rather than seat of the pants kind of approach. And so the Houston team has done a wonderful job this year, amazing in terms of bringing new applications, new processes, and and also bring the technology to bear. And this is one example of what we're doing now, the live streaming, using technology to Yup TV, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. God only knows. It's amazing. It's amazing what the technology can do. It's all exciting stuff.
So you've been nurturing this organization for the past 28 years, as you've said. What do you see as the future of NSF?
The future of the NSF, the challenge is to sustain and grow. And the organization has grown exponentially, and the accomplishments were amazing, amazing. What the children have accomplished for the last 10 years. They won the championship at Scripps National Spelling Bee for 10 years in a row, and these kids have won championship at National Geographic Bee for the last 6 years in a row, and they have done amazing stuff. And even an ordinary child can do extraordinary things through motivation, inspiration, and hard work, and continue to do that, and continue to do that effort, maintaining the quality and grow the organization, and that's the challenge that I see.
How has running this organization taught you new things throughout your life, through blood, sweat, and tears for this foundation?
I guess with patience and perseverance and take the opportunity. When you get the opportunities, grab them. Whenever you get an opportunity, you just take it, you take the risk. And that's how we grow. And we have so many contests today, and we're able to do that. And also a lot of times the demand comes to the parents. The ideas come from parents. The ideas come from children. And the ideas come from volunteers. And take advantage of that, right? And two brains are better than one. 100 brains are better than 2 brains. So you keep accepting new ideas and make progress. And it's a collective effort. It is the collective goodness for a common good. And that's what this is all about.
So how do you feel about having impacted so many people's lives, from the children that are receiving the scholarships to the children here that are participating in the competitions? So how do you feel about having impacted so many people's lives?
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing what we see. It's a win-win situation. It's a win for the children in this country. It's a win for the children in India who are receiving the scholarships, removing the money as a barrier, and to reach their maximum potential. We believe that every child should be able to reach their maximum potential. And this will allow children here, children in India, to reach their maximum potential. And also this will allow the volunteers to grow. Just like I learned a lot of things over the years, all the volunteers learn through the years. I recall one time one volunteer came and told me he was doing online coaching every year. And he was telling me and said, you don't believe how online coaching each year, 15 weeks, spending 2 hours a week with children changed my life. And even if I tell you, you don't believe it. It's amazing. So it makes a change, all of us. It helps all of us to grow, mature, acquire more wisdom, more knowledge, and be helpful. Be helpful to others. And it's a collective goodness to help common good, to achieve common good.
Yes.
Mr. Tori, would you like to add anything?
The uncle told everything.
Uncle told everything.
I just follow with uncle, So my volunteers with uncle, So all these years, volunteers and whatever uncle does, and I follow with uncle's step,
How Sorry, were you?
No.
How has NSF impacted you on a big scale, and like vice versa? Like what do you feel in that sort of terms?
What the North-South Foundation has done, what we have done, it's a model. It's a new model. It's a model. Can an organization completely volunteer run? Can it make an impact? Continue to be of service. It's a selfless service, and be relevant. Right? That's a challenge. And what I see, if North-South Foundation has done it, anybody can do it. Any organization can do it, right? This is proven that human beings have the capacity to do, that we can grow and set goals and work towards it. And when somebody asked Thomas Edison what's the secret of his genius, he said 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. And what we found, that's in fact true. That's what the children are doing, that's what the volunteers are doing, what the community is doing. So if we are able to do that, it's demonstrated, it should give us confidence that we can do it. Why not?
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
We really appreciate
Thank you. For the opportunity. Thank you.
Is there anything else you would like to add?
No, I think
No?
that's just fine.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the wonderful questions you gave.
Prepare all those things. Well, Amma, you did a good job.
Thank you.
బాగున్నారు మీరు చాలా బిజీగా ఉన్నారు కొంచెం తీరిక మాట్లాడగలరా
We'll give you a break pretty soon. Are you guys want to take a break or maybe?
We're okay.
I can talk about it.
Okay. We're here with a member of the nationals team.
Murthy Nethi.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Murthy Nethi from Maryland chapter.
So what's your role in the?
So I came here to volunteer and help out with the Geography B, and tomorrow I'll be helping out with the Science B, and Sunday I'll be working with the Geography B team. So my role has been I've been with North South since 2003 as part of the Maryland team, and we conducted the finals in 2008 in Maryland, and we got a lot of help from a lot of other teams. So whenever there's another final happening, I try to go and help out. So I think this is my 5th or 6th final that I'm coming and helping out. And it's always a good experience, meet a lot of people, learn new things. Like you're doing a fantastic job, and this year I see all the WhatsApp groups and all that. So yeah, every year I think we are using technology more and more to help out the kids.
So what motivates you to keep coming back? You've been coming for 14 years now.
So my son, he started North South in 2003 when he was in 3rd grade, and seeing him benefit so much from North South, right? I thought it's my turn to give back. And when I meet parents, they ask me a lot of things that my son has gone through. So I think, okay, rather than have them having to learn the hard way, I can tell them what my experience is, and they can benefit from it. So it's basically that, and also seeing the kids blossom. Like in Maryland, I've had kids who have won the the Geography B in North South, and they have gone to the National Geography B and participated. So when you talk to the parents, they're so happy, right? And I feel that I'm part of it. So that's why I come and help out. And you see all the kids here, they give you so much energy. And last 10 years, NSF kids have been the script spelling bee champions. Last 6 years, we've been the National Geography champions. What more can we ask, right? Like, so you see them and you think, okay, it's just like a son and daughter winning the championships. So that's why I come and help out.
How do you feel the organization has grown in the past 14 years from your experience?
I think it is growing in the right direction. And like I said, every year I go to the finals, I see lots and lots of improvements. So it is good because teams seem to be learning from teams that have conducted earlier. And it's always good to see things going in a positive direction.
So what are some of the challenges you faced while volunteering with NSF?
Challenges, I think the expectations of the parents and the kids, right? It's growing tremendously. Earlier, when I was taking my kid, for me, if the kid goes there and participates, that was enough for me. Whereas now you have parents, they want the kid to win, right? And seeing the victories and scripts and all that, I think they're putting a lot more pressure also on the kids. So those are the challenges I kind of see happening.
What is your favorite part about volunteering with NSF?
Going and seeing places. So first time when I took my son to Phoenix, we went to Grand Canyon. And then, so every time I go, I visit something or the other. And you take your kids and you learn so much from them, right? Because they have so much to teach you. So that's the favorite part. What are your names?
My name is Sahiti.
Sahiti?
Shreya.
And you've been volunteering the first time?
Yeah, this is
My first one. Okay, yeah. I've been volunteering for the past few years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess you're also learning a lot and benefiting, I hope?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, once you start volunteering, I think it gets into your blood.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take a left, go all the way down. There's, I guess, 8 like roti with like some. Come on.
I think he's a prior champion. One of the.
Public speaking is volunteer, and the essay writing is in
But that's okay. Oh. I did the math. No, that's fine. Okay. That's fine. Go ahead. Just go ahead.
Which spelling bee did you win?
I won the Scripps National.
Scripps Smash?
Good. So smart. Okay. So I'll like ask you to introduce yourself. You can say like your name, where you're from, age, all that. We're here with the past Scripps National Spelling Bee winner. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Gokul Venkatachalam. I'm a 16-year-old rising junior from St. Louis, Missouri.
So, have you participated in NSF before?
Yeah. I participated in NSF when I was younger, and I think it really helped me gain competitive experience, not just in spelling, but across many different paths like math and vocab. So I learned a lot in a lot of different fields.
So could you tell us some of your study techniques for the National Spelling Bee?
Some of the study techniques I used included not memorizing words, but writing down a lot of language roots and then writing out a lot of words that fell under those roots. So that way I would be able to categorize those words in my head, and it would help me help me compartmentalize what I was actually studying.
So how do you feel about having won the National Spelling Bee?
Well, I mean, at first I was really excited. I was excited to finally get what I was trying to achieve for the past 6 years from studying. But afterwards, I realized that I kind of had all this knowledge, but I had no outlet for it. So that's why I started volunteering with NSF and started coaching other students so that I could maybe help other people with similar aspirations get to where I was, so that I could help everyone who wanted to succeed in the spelling bee.
So going off of that, what are your aspirations in life?
My aspirations in life are always changing, I guess. Some broad aspirations would just probably make an impact on the world. I don't know how. I'm interested in business right now and nonprofits, so maybe in the future I'd like to start a nonprofit that has some social impact.
So what do you do as a volunteer for NSF?
So with NSF right now, I'll be pronouncing at the vocabulary bee and the spelling bee in both phases 1 and 2 mostly. So that's what I'm doing here.
So do you enjoy volunteering here?
Yeah. So a lot of people think of volunteering as something you have to do for school or something you have to do for college, but honestly, volunteering here for me is just a really fun thing. I don't even see it as volunteering, honestly. I just see it as something that I actually want to do. That's why I flew out here from St. Louis. I just want to pronounce words.
So do you feel like you're impacting a lot of the children that come and also participate in NSF?
Yeah, I legitimately do feel that if people do look up to me, then I'm glad that I could be here and I guess provide some inspiration. And I guess the NSF message as a whole is just really impactful, just providing scholarships to kids in India, and anything that I can do here, and just me alone, if anything I can do here can make a difference, then I'm just excited to see what everyone here can make a difference.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, we're still open. We are still open.
Have you interviewed these two guys?
Yeah. One is done, the other one is going on.
Yeah, how about somebody? Come on. How can you leave?
Want to go both together?
What city?
new chapter అండి.
Oh, that's okay.
She collected
$200 square. Wow, really?
So you're in charge.
Really?
How
did you do that?
You both can go together. If you want.
Okay, I think it's good. I'm here with a past NSF champion. Please introduce yourself.
Samantha Pyra.
Okay, so how old are you? What grade are you in?
I'm 16 and I'm going to be a senior at Clearbrook High School.
So when did you win the NSF competition and how do you feel?
I won the NSF spelling bee. I got third place in, I'm trying to remember the year, this is a while ago, maybe like 2011, 2010-ish. And it was great because it was the first time I was at like a national level stage and seeing myself compete, and it was like, wow, I can actually sort of hold my own against, not the competitors, but just against the words at that level.
So how long have you been participating in NSF?
So I've been participating in NSF since probably second or third grade, and so it's a very long time. So yeah, first or third grade, skip second.
So how has NSF impacted you?
NSF is an amazing opportunity. It's the educational platform that allows you to have these academic competitions that really propel not only your knowledge of the subjects, but also your passion for things like spelling and vocab and science. And so it provides that sort of enrichment outside of what you normally receive in school. And in that case, it's an extremely valuable opportunity.
So how did you prepare for these competitions?
You know, a lot of people think it's a bunch of like rote memorization, but a lot of the times it's just letting that passion for the subject come through and really going deep and just learning about these topics. So let's say like spelling, for example, it's a bunch of understanding like language rules and etymologies and linguistics and patterns. And it's a lot of fun, and it actually not only deepens your knowledge of the topic, but also broadens the horizons in terms of the disciplines that you can connect to spelling, like science and vocab.
Okay. So, did you feel like you learned a lot just from participating in NSF?
Of course, it was an amazing learning experience, and so it really it is great for not only learning but also just understanding. And it's not just the topics themselves, but also the people that you meet that teach you so much more than just anything that a book can teach you.
So, what are your future goals in life?
I like making things, and I like helping people. So ideally, I want to make things that can help people. Sort of my personal little summary. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.